The Shervatep. Let's go, kinda. David did learn a little bit of Swedish when he was here. It was a crazy house here because we had him playing Quake 2 from Poland. We had all the Swedish Quake World players. Well, not all, but a good chunk of them. Some pretty chunky ones, too. And we had Australian players. We had players from Singapore. It was kind of crazy. All right. Is he good? Is he good now? Yeah, he's good. All right, GL's in HS, but here we go. The upper bracket final between IsBjorn and David. Daweed. I know we were all looking forward to this. Here we go. It's going to be IsBjorn spawning out water. Yep, getting the duck. Doesn't want to get railed right off the spawn because David has already got that railgun. IsBjorn's going to be able to take away chain gun. It's going to be floating above rocket launcher for the moment. He's going to be super weak here still. He didn't take away that water yellow. He's kind of baiting out the rocket launcher. Mega's finally being taken here. Yeah, once you really know the spawns here, there's like relatively few things that are a good idea off of the spawns. Alright, so there's the second pickup of chain gun as well as rocket launcher. IsBjorn is going to be... Oh, actually, no, that rocket launcher went over to David. So he's got rails and rockets. IsBjorn, his only real hope here in terms of actual control is keeping that chain gun off of David. But he's taken damage. He's going to be railable here. I'm surprised there wasn't really a trap at the yellow armor either. Oh, but there's a trap at the 50 health. Going for the recovery is going to be a big mistake for IsBjorn. Well, not a mistake, but a good read out of David. But he's able to do just enough defensive damage to get David to get off his back. David's still at 164. He's taken away... That damage that IsBjorn did, the only thing that did was prevent his ability to go for those 225s later on. Alright, so... Still, the fact that there hasn't been a frag just yet is definitely to IsBjorn's credit. He's using this chain gun for everything it's worth. Being super defensive here. There's water yellow taken back up. And actually, he could have waited a little bit longer, but he took those bullets, which made the sound a little bit easier for David to track. There's shards taken. David's going to know he's down there. There's like only two groups of shards in the map. There's the shards by rockets and the shards going up to rail. Pretty easy to figure out where your opponent is at that point. Alright, so IsBjorn just kind of plus backing it here. He's looking for the potential to get behind David, which is not going to be easy here by any stretch. A little bit of spam damage off with rockets. David not quite crossing with chain gun. Oh, nice. He crossed and went downstairs, actually. So IsBjorn is going to be backing off here. And this should be some free, chain gun damage from IsBjorn here. He's got plenty of bullets to recover on as well. He's not taking the health just yet. Didn't want to give away his position. And this is more damage coming out of IsBjorn. He's railable here. This is so dangerous for him. He's going to be using the last of his bullets, hopping back up to the machine gun for a little bit more extra. And he is going to be on the run. He's got to go for those 225s now. But it's still kind of dangerous. That still leaves him railable. Here comes Water Arena Yellow. IsBjorn back up top of the map. David took a ton of damage there, but he's taken away Mega. He's taken away Yellow. He's back on top of things. And IsBjorn still looking like he's kind of on tilt. He's kind of reacting to where David's moving. But this should, if IsBjorn plays his cards right, kind of relax back into the tension that we had before. Relax into the tension. Yes, that's a good way to describe Q2RDM2. Oh, but he's caught with the rockets, caught with his pants down, and caught with his frag down. It's going to be David getting that first point on the board. You just look for that one moment. So now David, he's got one slug left. He can go back to Water Arena for a bit more. Nice. Just a little bit of damage to get IsBjorn off his back. He's putting some pressure into mid. He knows that if he spends too much time here in Water Arena, he risks IsBjorn going for a rail. IsBjorn's got 1 point of yellow armor. Taking a few I'm sorry, yeah. I was like, oh, he lost it, but then he got the chart. I thought he would have been able to land on the chart and get some of that yellow back, but no. Alright, so IsBjorn plus backing with grenades. Chain gun's gonna be back up here. Lucky not to take a rail between the legs there. Nice chain coming out, but he just doesn't have the stack to make this fight happen for him. Yeah, he's only able to get David down to like 129. Yeah, 120-30. Yeah, I can talk today. Nice rail. Yeah, you hear those health pickups. I think that's the only place where there's the small health pickups in this map. Yeah, I think that's accurate. Nice jump. So you hear that, and you're going to be looking either for some spam or a rail, one way or the other. But David took a bit of damage there. He's going to have to be a little bit more careful here on the Mega. And it's a Mega steal by IsBjorn. Is it worth going for the rail? Well, he's going to wait for it, and David is going to pull the trigger for him there. Nice. IsBjorn just faking some jumps, trying to get out of here. If he's able to get this rocket launcher without taking damage, I'll be amazed. Wow, he did it. It meant like no rail for him, but he's at least able to get back over to rocket. But here comes the chain from David, making it a very tough fight. He gets the spawn on the rail this time, which is what you look for, like you look for the red armor spawn at Aerowalk. But just like Aerowalk as well, he's going to be eating a couple frags off of this spawn. It's going to be tough for him here. He's got SSG. He can make David back off a little bit. But David's now looking for IsBjorn to dare show his face at Mega, which I don't think is going to be happening. Yeah. Alright, so David just kind of backing off here. Keeping control of mid. He's 5 frags in the lead. It's pretty comfortable at this point. And anytime he can do like a rail and bait either the machine gun health or the health here, it certainly works out to his favor. So he's got IsBjorn on the ropes. He's not really pushing forward into a frag just yet. He's just wanting to keep the pressure up. And worst case, IsBjorn is having to spend a lot of time taking away 25s and worrying about the water arena yellow than worrying about getting in on David and doing some damage. But at some point, he's going to have to make a decision here and find a way to get in close range with, you know, shotgun or chain gun and make something happen. Nice read by IsBjorn, though. Either he didn't hear the fake pickup at all, or he thought, that's a fake pickup. It was a nice little attempt, but it gives IsBjorn the first frag on the board. David, though, spawns at Railgun. How lucky do you have to be? Alright, so David, down below. Rockets are going to be up. IsBjorn's going to be sitting on top of Mega. And he's able to get it. Can he get off without taking a rail? Yeah, actually, because David had rockets out. Here's the jump pad. Twice. Once, twice, 3 times the jump pad. Alright, IsBjorn coming back into water. And making some free damage happen with chain gun here is totally doable. But it's really hard to push it into a frag. And then recovering from that and then finding your opponent again can be kind of tough. Because your opponent can get 50 health down there. Is he waiting for the 50 or did he already take it? Was he down to 9? Really? Jeez. Yeah, IsBjorn has to be careful about these rails now. He goes for a duck. Just dives under the last one. Alright, so IsBjorn coming back into water arena. And actually, this should be one where the rockets go to his favor. David's going to be backing off through rockets over to the 50 health. Doesn't need it just yet, but hey, ammo would be nice. He's still got rail. He's still got control of mid here. Oh, but there's IsBjorn out of nowhere. David's down to 5 HP, and that's the frag. IsBjorn found a way to get back up on those stairs and sneak around David completely. And that's exactly what you need. You need to get the trap. You need to get the drop. You need to make that first hit yours, especially with chain gun. There's rail taken by David once again, though. Like, you cannot keep that rail out of his hands, it seems. Alright, nice jump pad at IsBjorn. Oh, and he's catching him on the jump pad, but who's catching who here with that rail from David? What the hell? So IsBjorn's gonna duck back out for a few more bullets. That wasn't Mega taken, no. IsBjorn still has Mega. Only 3 frags, but 1 minute and 30 seconds for IsBjorn to seal the deal. He's lost him here. Oh, not for long, though. Caught sight of his foot. Saw him down below. Is he going to go for the jump pad? There's going to be down here at the 50. It's going to be chain on chain, but IsBjorn doesn't have the stack for it or the aim. David's going to be down to 100 health. Taking away some armor. 1 rocket would do it here as IsBjorn is also looking to recover. But he is so weak. Oh, geez, these rails. Any one of these could take him out. Crossing here is going to be so dangerous. And the worst thing is for him that this is just taking up so much time that he could be using to catch up on the score here. 5-2, really narrow lead by David, but a really decisive one here so far. 1 minute left to go. It's gonna go for Mega. Yep. Yeah. He didn't really have a reason not to. Like, sometimes you're like, okay, I know my opponent's looking at it, but maybe they've only got a chain gun or SSG. I mean, you can use the SSG pretty effectively, even at medium range, to knock somebody off of it. What? Fucking pixel rails, man. Alright, so that'll be 8-on-2. Really nice hit out of IsBjorn. That's like the first time I think he's had a rail this entire match. He didn't get it at the beginning. He never got it when he respawned. That was only David, and that was like the 3 frags that he did make. I think he made 3, right? No, just the 2. Okay. Thought there was a lava death in there somewhere. But there we have it. Solid game from David and IsBjorn, but that's going to be David taking the first map away. That was his pick, however. We're going to be seeing the next pick here in just a moment. DM1. Okay. All right. David says too much Quake Champions. Oh. Out of aim. Oh, my aim's bad. Oh, no. Everybody take a moment to feel bad about David's aim. Like, really? Really? Okay.
8, 7, 6, 5,
here we go.
3, 2,
Poor guy.
1.
Can't aim. All right. All right, so David taking away SSG spawn. Not bad. He's able to get into the first grab of chain gun. And that spawn means that you really need to be aware of where your opponent spawned. Fortunately, it gives you a lot of information there in the middle of the map. It's going to be IsBjorn down at the Rockets, taking away Arena Yellow. David's going to be back up here in the Mega Room. And I'm wondering if he's again going to be looking for an opportunity to dive into the water. No, I think he's showing a little bit more respect here, a little bit more restraint. He's going to make sure he's stacked up before he even looks at the water. But IsBjorn was there at the SSG, like, throwing those rockets out, like, half expecting David to already be up there. So Davis is looking for the damage here. He's going to push out and actually not go for the rail. He's coming back into it. What are these jumps? What are these sick fucking jumps? All right. So that's IsBjorn back into the Mega Room. But look at this chain gun. Look at this jump coming out of David. Fantastic shots. Enough just to push out and prevent that pickup from IsBjorn. And so, yeah, if he went for rail there, that would have meant that IsBjorn would have gotten a free chain. And that is the thing that is really keeping David in control of the Mega Room here. It's always the chain. Right, so there's second Mega taken. Barely avoiding that rocket. And Davis is being patient here. Oh, but he eats one. Alright, so diving back over to armor. He's like, alright, I got nothing to win, nothing to lose here. Oh, but he's actually going to drop down just in time to avoid some of that damage, but that could mean a free armor for IsBjorn. He's pushed in, and that might have won him the grab for chain gun as well. Yep, he's got the pickup there. So they're both pretty even on weapons now. Oh, nice direct rocket, though. Oh, a little bit of splash anyway. So they're going to be really even in terms of stack, in terms of weapons. IsBjorn with the small advantage in terms of health and armor. It's going to be about, like, the bullet economy now. Like, he was able to get these pickups. And David's able to get a nice 100 off the spawn. But David's going to be pretty weak here, and he's on the chase. IsBjorn making that first frag, and he's not too far out of position. He almost catches David with that rocket in midair, but David's going to be taking that rocket right back into the Mega Room. Almost gets caught on the door there. But there's the chain from IsBjorn. Now happy to open it up. So the fact that he was able to get a chain gun there, there wasn't a point where David really had to give it up. But he left the room. Yeah, I want to analyze that one more later. Like, it seemed like not the worst idea for David at the time, but in retrospect, it was like, yeah, IsBjorn's still in the room and he can get chain. Like, they both knew the timing for it. There was no secret there. Alright. But there's the rocket jump to steal away Mega, which is nice. That's going to give him a little bit more leeway here on the rail. This is trying to avoid the shot now. Going up for the 50 health. Which is great because if you take damage, you get that health back immediately. Oh, but there's the pop. He's back into the water arena. That could have actually worked out really well for David. In fact, it's super dangerous for IsBjorn here. Yeah, he's going to be weak. He needs to go through sewer. He's throwing out some defensive rockets. And the fact that David dove down as well, he's going to be super fast getting back up on top of the map. But he's got, you know, armor. He's got chain gun now. And he's got mega as well. So that really did lead into kind of a weird circumstance where IsBjorn chased for that third frag, hoping to maybe get a rail out of it and put some pressure on David, making sure that he doesn't get away with the rail. But it also took IsBjorn so far out of position that it gave it back over to David. But control's one thing, frags are another, but this could be IsBjorn getting taken on down. Yeah, David's not weak here. Yeah, he can go in for the kill. Nicely done. So that's David's first frag on the board. IsBjorn now has to play this thing very carefully not to lose the second two. Alright, he's diving in for a chain gun. No real retaliation out of David just yet. And IsBjorn's like, really? Mega Room all for me? Is this worth it though? My god, this is what I was hoping to see. IsBjorn's chain gun is just completely ballistic. Just going fully berserk with that thing. Holy shit. Still got 90 bullets here, and I think that's still gonna be like decent damage. Look, he even pulls back like just a few bullets to conserve ammo and do some extra damage. That's some place where you want to use those bullets to like pressure, but he knew that he couldn't do that for long without his opponent hearing the click click. Ooh. Like a missed jump and a missed rocket. Okay. Alright, so Bjorn taking away more ammo here. Managing to get back into control, just barely. Nice. So David just trying to spam off IsBjorn and just whittle him down, soften him up. David coming back into Mega with grenades. Taking away Arena yellow armor. And coming back to the lift. Okay, yeah, he was just going to throw a grenade up the lift. I'm like, lower rocket would do you some good here, you know. IsBjorn, again, just not depending on a rail here. Just going, alright, I got control, I need to keep control. It's going to be a little light on the bullets, though. So David going back up for a rail. IsBjorn's going to hear it, so we got David throwing some rockets back out. And that's the thing I was wondering about. I was like, how much is David going to be able to prevent the bullet pickups from David here? There are a lot of bullets scattered around the map, though, so even if you just have a chain gun, you can refill on the ammo pretty effectively wherever you are. It's about getting it. Oh, man, but here comes the rails out of David. He's looking for that last one. There's the duck from IsBjorn to save him from that one. IsBjorn is definitely on the run here, throwing out some grenades just to close out that door. Mega's going to be up, but he's going to make it so he's at just barely enough health to eat a rail. Nope. He sees David going for the Mega, and he says, you know, fine, take it. I still got chain. Alright. So nice damage coming at IsBjorn's chain. He's keeping his finger on the trigger, but loses track of David just for a second. That almost cost him everything. He's going to be out of ammo, dropping down to lift for bullets. Not wanting to risk any time for that health, but maybe he should have. He didn't see David up on top of the lift, and he went for it. All right, so Bjorn still 3 frags in the lead, 3 minutes left to go. And this is where Bjorn can really force David to play outside of the Mega Room. In fact, any fight that IsBjorn takes in the Mega Room is probably a fight that he doesn't need to be at. And yeah, the chain gun does pretty much equate to the LG. It's like really great for the defense. It's just that like hit scan DPS. It's harder to be accurate with it because of the spread, but it also means that it like tapers off really naturally with distance, which means that like at a medium to long range distance, it's pretty good for just doing a lot of just like pressure damage to your opponent. So it fills a lot of really good roles there. What it doesn't fill is the spawn frag roll, and that's where the rail comes in. And that's where the rail comes into IsBjorn's face as well. He's going to be super low. Again, like his ducks and his awareness of David's rail is like really incredible here. The fact that he's able to avoid any of these shots at all proactively is kind of amazing. So now he doesn't really have anything to bring to this fight. He's got no rockets, he's got no health, he's got no armor. But he's got minutes to burn. And that's the thing he's got to make sure he avoids right now. Is just getting fragged. See, this is where David could be really dangerous. If Bjorn dies and gets a bad spawn, I mean, the rail could close things up very quickly. So he's trying to be super quiet here. He's actually diving down for chain. He wants the chain. Now he's coming up for yellow armor. Oh, but David was waiting by the crate! What the hell? What a... My god, the fact that wasn't a spawn frag, but David set up this ambush at the crate going, alright, I'm going to leave this out. There's rocket launcher for him, though. Can Bjorn turn this one back around? That's really good damage, and he's out of there without taking any damage. And there was the potential for the spawn frag from David. David was looking for the shot. He was looking for the angle, and he didn't make the hit. That could have cost him everything, but Bjorn's going to be super weak here. But no, there's no more bullets for David here. He switches back over to rockets, switches back over to rail, and there's a crater from Bjorn. They're now one frag apart from each other. How did he fall? Alright, so upper rockets is going to be pretty spammable, so he's going to be crawling to it super slowly. Taking a couple shards. Don't rail me, please. But staying up here on top of a rocket, it's not the worst way, but he opened himself up to a rail there. And there's a potential rocket jump. Yep, IsBjorn's going to be rocket jumping out of there as well. Getting back into the mega room. And looking for anything that might be available to help him out. But here he doesn't want to get stuck. He doesn't want to get overcommitted to the room. He's going to be popping back up to lift. David anticipated it, but did not make the rail hit. So sneaking back into Mega. There's the take for yellow armor. And the final 10 seconds, but it's one frag. Bjorn coming back into mid. It's super dangerous for him. If he gets railed here, we'll be all over. No, there's no rail there. He needs to keep his head down, though, but there it is. 4-3. Barely able to make the map and push us into a 1-1 tiebreaker. Holy shit. Whew. Like, when he came back into mid like that, I was, like, panting. Like, he shouldn't be here. There's no reason for, like, there's so many angles where he could get pegged, and he did get pegged. And that one shard he took, that one little bit of armor saved him. Ah, jeez. Okay, we're going to be going into a third and tie-breaking map here, but, yeah, buckle in. Jeez. Alright, so that's going to be David. Alright, sorry. It's Bjorn toss. We're just getting the toss out here. Actually, con, rather. There. Just a little bit more. Bjorn's deciding on a map toss here. Yep, it's gonna be the rage. Wanted to take arrow away from him. Don't blame him. Alright, ZTN2, DM3, the Rage. One of the, like, most well-balanced maps in Quake 2, I believe.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
As far as, like, traditional balance goes.
1.
Even though this was, like, before traditional balance existed, so way to go, ZTN. Guy knows how to make a map. Alright, here we go, following David here. It's taking away chain gun as well as red. It's a bit of a race every time you make those kind of spawns. It's like, okay, who's gonna go get rail, who's gonna go get red? David's going to know that rail is going to be gone and missing. He's looking for Bjorn to come around this way towards the red armor room. He could be giving up a red armor. Yep, we hear shards. Yeah, Bjorn saw David up there and was like, all right, great, I can beat you to it. David can still take away the yellow armor, but there's Bjorn with his rail. He's got the first hit off the board, but Bjorn did not go for the red armor pickup. He did not commit to it. But he's still making some pretty good hits here. I mean, David just has so much stack, though, to burn through. That would have done Bjorn so much good, but he's able to take yellow armor here at the very least. Dude? You good? Dude? Alright, he's good. And then he just turns around with the rail. Okay, fine. Neat. But again, he just has, like, such a road to travel down for these hits. There we go. Rockets will certainly help out. He's throwing down a lot of spam for red. And even if he has to give it up, he's made his mark here. But getting out will then be the real challenge. Like, coming back up here, yeah, he's going to be really careful. And David's got himself a railgun now as well. So So still no frag between them. As they both go quiet, David trading places, but he's trading places with some of that red armor left over, and he's got him close range with the chain gun. This could be a follow-up, this could be a finish, and the first frag goes to David. Thank you, we got Myrmidon getting that report in. Nice, nice. Appreciate it. Get these guys moved forward to the lower bracket. Alright, but 2 minutes knocked off, and David now taking that lead. That was his last rocket, though. He's looking for a close range rail. It's going to be 1 miss, but there's the second hit. And the second frag. Rockets and yellow armor taken. So Bjorn's really got to make this room his home for the moment. He's got to take away Mega. He's got to take away rail. And he's got to make a little bit of time go by before he can really afford to take a fight against David. Alright, so in the lower brackets, their semifinal is going to be Myrmidon and Mac. And we might delay that one, so we have this... 2, 3, 4... Yeah. So we have 4 more matches to do. That might work out for me. Alright, anyway. IsBjorn down by 2 here, looking for some errant rocket spam. No damage there. David coming up over the top, and he is, like, so stacked up. But hey, 2 rockets will certainly do the job there. Even with this armor pickup from David, it's a lot of damage that he took, and Bjorn can now take yellow. He's looking for IsBjorn to come up the stairs, or rather, David to come up the stairs. Should have rail now. Expecting him at the blue hallway. David's going to be making sure he's back up to 200 armor. IsBjorn's, yeah, he's like, I'm not going to get too greedy, too eager here. I'm just going to make sure I'm at full armor, full health, as much as I can get here. They're going to be both looking for that rail. David's going to be 100, 200. IsBjorn's going to be 250. I mean, 1 more yellow would actually put him at a slightly better stack, especially after that rocket. But they trade rails here. And the rocket spam from IsBjorn is just fantastic. But at some point, all of the spam damage has got to turn into a pickup of red armor, or at least some more rail on it. He made the jump up top, I believe. No, he's down at the lift now. Or up at the lift. Nice. Alright, so Bjorn taking away at least a full stack of yellow armor. Now listening for David to come around the corner and looking for that rail angle. And he's got to be really careful with his footwork here, because if he gets too close, then yeah, that chain gun from David will be so dangerous. He's looking for the 1 pot shot. And then after that, you have to turn it into 2 pot shots and then 3, and then you can go in for the kill. I mean, the map is kind of tough that way, but David hiding behind the pillar, again, his sneakiness and his traps have been so fantastic here. That's exactly what turned things around for him on DM1. And IsBjorn's going to be on the run. He's taken some shards, but he knows that David can, yeah, do some slick movement to get back into red armor. Actually, I'm going to tell him to go ahead and play it. Alright, but at least Bjorn's able to take away Mega. Only jacket armor for him, though. Wasn't able to take away that yellow, and he really does need that to make this fight worthwhile for him. Yeah, trying to creep up there, just like poking his head out. Coming back in for rail. Nice. Here's the thing, though, like, he has so many more rails to do than David has to make. And David's rail, I mean, we all know what the status is there. Alright, nice hit there. And he can use that to push forward and make this maybe a closer matchup against Chain or Rockets if you can make it happen. And there's a second hit from him. Holy shit. He's actually out-railing David at this very moment. He's going to be looking for David either to pop out the other side or commit to the red armor. So there's yellow taken. David's going to be fully up on red here. But here's IsBjorn trying to go in for the chase. He's got the pickup. He's got the steal. No damage from him just yet. He's just waiting for the rocket play. Really nice little fake jumps there, too. But he's made it in. He's pushed it in. He's got the yellow to bolster up that red just a little bit. He can make a lap around the map here really quick and then come back in for the next red. He has to make this control work for him. It's going to be traded rockets. Where's the last shot going to go? It's going to be IsBjorn making this rocket, but it's going to be the one from David getting the last one between the eyes. And David making that 4th frag. So again, that was so much work that Bjorn put into that fight. Oh my god, but he could actually still do it. David being super cheeky there up on top of yellow armor, down to 5 HP. Whereas a chain gun, a super shotgun from Bjorn would do it. Even with this red armor taken, the adrenaline is not up. David cannot afford to be here. Does Bjorn know it? How low David is. He's looking for the adren. Bjorn's going to be pushing in. He's got chain gun. He's got everything he needs to make this fight happen. He's going to be going in from below adrenaline, but he's already gone. David taking away 20 health. He's still low here. He's got armor, great, but he has no HP. And that's the weak part of this side of the map. Yeah, he's got to leave it. He's going to hear the scream. He's backing out of here. IsBjorn can use that to take armor. But what he really needs now is the frag. 3 minutes left on the clock and 4 frags to pick up. Especially if he can make a frag at the red armor. There are so many spawn frags you can pick up there. IsBjorn going, nope, I'm taking that adrenaline. You're not going to be recovering on it. But David can get a 25 here. Eventually he can get a mega. Yep, mega should be back up here in a little bit. And there's a lot of health he can take. Oh, nice, but where did that rail come from? I didn't even see the angle on that one. So David, once again, in the danger zone. Bjorn's got to make this last shot count. He's got to find a way to get in close. So there's red taken. We heard the fake lift. There's not going to be any adrenaline there. IsBjorn's going, all right, go for the adrenaline. Do it. And he's caught. The rockets should still do a lot of damage to IsBjorn, but this should be a finisher. No, he lasts right back around. And he's back up on top of it. He came up the ladder, actually. He got a little bit stuck there. So there's IsBjorn's first frag there. He didn't stop to wait for that next red armored, though. He wanted to put some pressure on the railgun, but David, I think he's already gotten away with it. Yep. Oh, he almost made that rail as well. He's leaving rails down there for himself. Oh, actually, it faked the weapon sound. Did he think that it would be like rocket launcher or something? It made him look away for just a moment. That's going to be IsBjorn rocketing himself and keeping this 4-on-0. Yeah, when David came around the corner, he wasn't expecting, or IsBjorn was not expecting David from the ladder. I think he did look over at rocket launcher for a little bit. So yeah, those audio cues can be a hell of a thing. Sometimes you have to go like, nope, I know he's down there. He didn't sneak behind me. But final minutes. Yeah, IsBjorn, he just doesn't have any resources here. He's had really good rails, though. He just hasn't had the stack to pick it up. Oh, man, David, amazing shot. But really just cranial play out of these guys. Like, again, IsBjorn was really putting a lot of pressure on David, but both of the times on that grenade. But both here and in DM1, we saw David like go into hiding, bait an item, come around a pillar, come around a crate, and then just seal the deal. And so much of the damage is about that first hit, of course. Like being able to pop somebody with a rocket, being able to get up in somebody's face with a chain gun, you know, force them to go plus back. It can be so tough. So there's IsBjorn getting that frag back finally, but he's just out of time to make another 4. Unless, nope, I'm not going to do it. And I don't think Bjorn is either. But really fantastically well played. And we might see this matchup again in the grand final. But the upper bracket is going to conclude with David on top of things. IsBjorn was able to take a map off of him, but not the series. So GG's called out there. Oof. All right, that means that we're going to be going into the lower bracket. I'm going to go ahead and swap things over to it here.